Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4, People's Republic of China. Well, we've got some issues. That is abundantly clear. We've got a couple invasions on our homeland here, and we've got issues with Europe. So I think in this one, it's been a couple days since I recorded last, and I've got a couple ideas. There's a couple things I want to try out and see if they'll work. I definitely have reservations about keeping these troops here. If I can get them to a port and escape the Navy, I might try to get them back to this line and just give up our toehold here. That is going to allow them to stack more units, but they might get more attrition, and it might work out better for us. And the other plan that I have is that I'm going to try to build up a large enough force and potentially do an invasion of Alaska and push through Canada to distract the United States and pull them out of Europe. And I want to get both those things going fairly quick. I don't know how likely these plans are to succeed, but we're certainly going to give them a go. I'm going to slow it way down because I'm going to need a little bit of time here to make this plan work. Now this division is cut off. Hopefully they can push through here. And that would be a good push through. If we can reconnect this line, I might just keep this stable. But if not, then we're going to have to work some magic and make sure we don't lose all of those men. I've played kind of irresponsibly so far, and I'd like to figure out if I can basically pull it back from the brink, because there is potential here for some real bad stuff. You know, there's a lot of American forces across the board here, and if I could pull them back home, I think we could do what's necessary to make this work. Now, it looks like our line here broke. I think it's this guy. So let's go ahead and make sure that that is fixed. These guys are pushing in here, but we have someone on the port, so they shouldn't have any supply, and will be fairly easy for us to just clean up. So why don't we just do that like this. Make sure that they can't do anything. We'll set him in that port. And then probably grab this guy and transfer him down here for now. Then I'm going to go to my recruitment, and we're going to have all these guys deploying not in Tibet to reinforce different lines, but we're going to do South Korea. And hopefully start building up an army to plan a naval invasion of the United States. Now I've got some ships here, some submarines, and I'm hoping that those guys will be able to get us to at least island hop to here and then over to here. But if we have control of enough sea zones, it would be just as easy to control through here. Now I'm not sure if this line counts as a separate zone. It's not completely bold, so I'm not sure, but we'll test it out. So all these guys are training up, getting ready. Let's put these on medium. We still need high priority. Well, you know, we'll just even it out. We're not going to have them going to that. So what I'm going to do is start a new army. Let's see here. I have to select visions before creating an army. That seems fair. So let's grab this guy. We'll put him into a new army. And what we're going to do is set up a naval invasion order with him from here onto... Where in Alaska do we want to land? They've got a port up here. That's a whole nother sea zone that I'd have to cross, though. I think it might be in our best interest to do a quick trip there and then build a seaport. Ooh, can we do this? I think I like... Well, you know, I'd rather have it in our territory for now, for supply reasons. And then with all of our reinforcing guys, we're going to go ahead and assign them to this one, this army. So I got to assign them to this battle plan. Yes, I do. Let's give these guys a new general. And we're going to go this field marshal here. And since they're going to have time to reinforce and do things up there, I think I'm going to bop them down now. Let's see how many divisions we got assigned to this. 63 days to prepare that invasion. They are going to reroute over there. So we'll start doing that. It's going to start small, but we'll make it larger as we go. This is making me nervous over here. I'm wondering... see, this is just... It's a complicated situation. Like, if I can bust through over here, then we can reconnect this guy. And that would definitely be in my best interest, I believe. So we can... Oh, okay. We're doing some shenanigan over here. I don't know. Hopefully he's not a set aggressive. No, he's not. There are gaps. So potentially they're pulling away to guard other areas. Or push other areas. If we could cut this off, I think that would be very good. We could crush that whole pocket of units there. Just outside of Budapest. So they're going to try to funnel back through. They are getting fairly highly attritioned throughout this whole thing. They're not in great shape. Maybe we push there? It's so many men, but... Yeah, their organization is just going to be too high. They're going to lose some, but they're going to push back across. Now that probably failed as well, and it did. Huh. So perhaps they're reassigning down the line. Someone's coming in there. We might be able to push these sectors. That would be pretty good. I do worry about this getting cut off, though. Now, I've also been thinking that potentially, once we get any of these techs done, probably Floating Fortress, we're going to start investing into anti-tank. Let's go ahead and make sure we can get a little bit of oil. I mean, any amount is going to help us. We really can't get much. And then, yeah, we're pretty strapped on supplies across the board. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. I've certainly gotten us into a pickle here. And things like this. Are you on super conservative? See, I see no reason why you couldn't push back in these sectors. These are so lightly defended. If we could even do like a spearhead through here, if we can get some pushing done there, I think that would help. Or say if we were to do something with this guy and able to surround some troops, I wouldn't mind that. Especially if this guy coming from the other direction. These guys don't need to be standing here. That doesn't benefit us any. Now, what's our infrastructure look like over there? Poor? Poor. That would explain a lot. I think if we can beef this up, we're going to be in a lot better shape. We can slow down on our nuclear reactors to get that done, because this is pretty important to what we want to do here. So we can take out the British Raj. That's one less base of operations, and we can try to push west across all this land and then reinforce this line. I don't feel comfortable leaving the homeland completely undefended. I don't think that'll be in our best interest. Now, and as far as this goes, I think that all of these folks, once they get up there, it's going to be a little bit. We've got potential invasions. Let's see. Yeah, there's too much attrition going on for them. So they'll just get, well, you're moving in there. I wish you would do something about that. That would be pretty nice. Or this could work out too. Let's leave you here for now. Allow that French troop to move across. That's fine. Okay, so this is Portuguese. So not a threat to us at this time. This is a potential threat from Hong Kong. which I don't want to ignore. So if we could even... No. Forget that. We'll figure something out. Maybe something like this. Don't know if we'll get there in time, but if we do... Okay. We're slowly producing units there. Route are you taking? That seems fairly absurd, if I'm being honest, but as long as you get to where you're going. So let's hold these guys there. Something like that. As long as we can be winning the war on our own territory, I think we can take the fight to the enemy. Now, I don't want this to get reconnected, and I wish our allies here were doing a little bit better job of defending these incursions, but I don't know that they will aid us as much as we'd hope. These folks at? Okay, this guy is in transfer. And we'll go back up to speed 3. Now let's go check on Europe. Because if I leave this neglected, we are bound to have some issues. Okay. We've reunited this line. I do like that. As long as they hold across the whole deal, we're going to be in good shape. How's it coming down here? A little spearhead there. Maybe a disconnect here? I don't really have anyone we can do that with. Pretty bad shape. I just want to get... If I just crush those pockets, we're going to be at such an advantage. Can I push this? Floating fortress, so then we're gonna go hard on our anti-tank. I think we're gonna need it. I neglected it this time because I figured our higher manpower amount would allow us to sort of cheat out on that a little bit, but I don't think that's gonna be the case any longer. They're heavily stacked here. So how many are there? Just one guy. That's still better than none. Good little enclosure there. Come back around. Actually, better if you just go there. For now. Hold this port. And then you, we're gonna go ahead and do front line there. Why don't we give you all those guys? Now this line is ridiculously long, and we're far too spread out. But I'm hoping that there's potential that us being spread out is spreading them out enough to give us a window of opportunity. Somewhere. And these guys are still in the middle of no man's land, trapped. No reason not to move forward there. Take one of you, move forward there. One of you, move forward there. Just little movements. So we do have potential, when these things happen, to catch someone unaware. For example, something like that would be mighty nifty. We might take Berlin back. That would be quite a boon for us. Okay, I like the way that's looking. If we can push to Paris and get France out of here, then I think we could do a mighty big encirclement of their troops. Because we still have the Italian Union on our side, and they're doing alright. They're at least holding. So I think we could close them down in this pocket. I would enjoy that. Let's see, we got this guy here. Now my thought is, once these folks get here, we unassign them, so we're only planning for a single man as kind of a tester invasion, and then move the rest behind him. So let's go check this out. Let's do, yeah, we'll have that guy. We're gonna assign him to the same army group, but we're gonna grab everyone else and assign them separately just for now, just so we can have this guy go ahead and, okay, so we need Bering Sea, Northern Emperor Chain, and Sea of Oshkosh. That seems to make sense. Alright, so let's grab these subs. We're gonna put them on a convoy escort. Oshkosh. Bering Sea. So that should give enough intel that this guy can go when ready. Hopefully he doesn't get stopped. Looks like we've surrounded that. They're cut off from their port here, but they still have ports throughout what would be Vietnam. This has been shut down. Let's move forward there. That push did not succeed. Yeah, this is gonna be, it's gonna be complicated, but I think we have what it takes. So once those navies get up there, we'll go there. Sea of Japan, potential invasion. I'm not too worried about that. I have fairly good naval defense there. That might not work. How's this going? Seems fairly positive. I do have this surrounded. They've taken that. Oh, that's interesting. Let's make sure they don't have that. We're just gonna assign that guy there. Just have him set there. Now I'm wondering... Okay. It's interesting. Looks like there's a crossing here, but I don't know. Maybe the Navy's in the way? Something bizarre going on there. Do something like that. And then over. No reason not to expand this line to there. These small pushes did get blocked. Do something like that. Well, they all shift down. Make a river crossing. We are getting into a heavy micro stage of this. I really got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to put myself in some pretty bad situations. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's be real. Okay, he's on his adventure. Hopefully he doesn't get stopped. Got a pilot. Ace pilot, that is. Another one. And we lost one. Back and forth. So we have plenty of men. We have 7.63 million. Ooh. Ooh. Should have seen that coming. Seems like these offensives have pretty much been halted. Both sides. Gotta make this work somehow. That's taken forever. Push us back there. Suppose that's alright for now. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a very complicated war for quite some time. How do we make our landing? Jeez. Now I think this counts as this. We can just cross. And I would probably set up a port here so we can get supply across Alaska. And hopefully landing Alaska will be enough to encourage the United States to pull some troops back from Europe, which I think would be very beneficial for us. Taking these ports back. Still have Rotterdam. What do they got? Probably insurmountable. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Let's make sure we can clean up what we can. At least keep them pinned. Messy, messy, messy. Made it here, so it's time to assign first these guys onto there, and then we're gonna do front line. Is that even paintable? No? Okay. So we'll hold off for a moment. Get something that's at least a paintable front line. I'm not seeing where that would come in there. And then let's also start building a naval base. Queue that up higher. I don't know how many civilian factories I have working right now, but it should be enough to at least get that started and get the supplies flowing in. Maybe I could just... Well, I don't have a port yet. That's why they can't. Well, since that's the case, if we can get all the way here, I think that'll help. We got down here. Holding across the line. This is absurd. Maybe if the Soviet Union decided to join us in a push, we would do a little better. They seem to just be trying to hold what they've got. They don't really seem to be on a counteroffensive at all. I don't see why we wouldn't just clean that up and come back around. So what do we have here? Expeditionary force from Italy. Now, see, that's an interesting idea. I could take their men and attempt to do some support. Yeah, I think I'll go for it. We'll grab all them. New army, new general. We're gonna give him front line that. And a front line. That belongs to us, doesn't it? I think so. It doesn't look like the UK is red. I think that's ours. Something like that. So then we do split in half. Half divisions. Hang on now. There we go. Because I don't think Austria is currently involved. Maybe do a little pinch on Yugoslavia there. They send me more down here. I got a tank unit. Probably assign him to this line. We're going to give them an offensive line just up to here. No, I want this whole deal here. How do I do that again? I don't recall. But once they get shifted over there, I'll select them and take care of that. Here we got towed artillery. Let's go anti-tank 1. And let's start getting on our tanks, because it might be necessary. We're not going to have the oil to produce any of it, but we could certainly try. Okay, it doesn't look like they're protecting us, actually. Not very well, anyway. Switzerland owns that. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead. Assign them to that line. Have him go when ready. So if I can close that and push through here, I think we're going to be in much better shape. How's our American invasion going? It's terribly slowly through this chain of islands. The Aleutians, I think. Don't know that for a fact. Let's get better industry here. Alright, well I'm going to call that episode here. In the next one, we're going to try to see if we can't push into the Americas.